Back with a new video. This one's going to be a tutorial on how I like to make citrus slices. Please ignore my plastic thimble, I hurt my finger. This particular tutorial I'm going to be making grapefruit slices, so I'm going to be taking translucent clay and kind of like a light orange clay. If you've seen my sushi tutorial, it's going to be a very similar process. I'm making a cane and then putting the skin around it. The way that I like to make citrus slices is very forgiving, so you don't have to be super careful with how your cane starts to look. Right here I'm trying to demonstrate the importance of using a very sharp blade. This one's getting a little bit rough, so I switched over to using my scraper instead. If you don't use very sharp blades, it starts to look pretty ugly and pretty smushed. You're gonna start cutting off your slices, and you don't want to make them too thick or too thin. Wow, that's very descriptive. Keep doing this until you have finished the cane or you have the amount of slices that you desire. Whenever I'm making my citrus slices, whether they're lime, lemon, orange, I always make sure that I have a couple of them in different sizes as well. I have my grapefruit slices all ready, and I'm starting to place them on a heat-proof surface. Here I'm just demonstrating different types of tools you could use. You could use a silicone tool, cake decorating tools, or even toothpicks if your slices are very small. So my heat-proof surface is actually the underside of a pot that I don't use anymore. And I have that placed on top of a Lazy Susan. It's a Lazy Susan. As you can see here, I'm using my cake decorating tools to make the indentation of these citrus slices. And I'm just using the Lazy Susan so it's easier for me to make the designs on these citrus slices. And this is optional, but I also like to use a toothpick just to add some more detail. You want to continue doing this, and you can also use the cake decorating tools just to make sure that all the slices are circles as well. Once you're all done, you want to bake your clay according to the instructions of the clay that you're using. For the inside color of these slices, I'm going to be using a combination of food coloring and acrylic paints. I'm also going to be using my gloss varnish from Liquitex. Whenever you're making miniature pieces, especially miniature food pieces, I think it's really important to make sure that your colors are on point, so take your time when you're mixing colors. I think I actually took about 3 minutes to mix this color. You can also use references to make sure that your colors are right. Using the gloss varnish and the color that I mixed up, I'm going to mix them together and then start painting the insides of the slices. When you're painting in situations like this, make sure that you don't make your colors too opaque. I actually ended up making 2 layers of this. Allow your pieces to dry completely. Using a very small, natural bristle, thin brush, I'm going to start painting the white lines of these citrus slices. Do this for every single piece, and then you're done. I think that this is a super easy way to make citrus slices as opposed to making the full cane of it. This is just a faster way for me to make them, and I find that they turn out pretty realistic. If there's anything else you'd like to see a tutorial for, please let me know somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. Please do all the YouTube things, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye! And I'm using the Lazy Susan just to make it easier for me to turn the pot. And I'm using the Lazy Susan to make it a little bit easier for me to decorate the slices. Decorate? And I'm using the Lazy Susan to make it a little bit easier for me to... why?